This is group LENK by Jessica, Lora, Kerry, Nicholas, and Elizabeth. We are in the online Principles of Management class, and this is our midterm presentation on how to be a manager. After watching our videos, viewers will be able to see different examples of how managers react and handle various situations in the workplace. Our videos have examples ranging from unethical business practices all the way to sexual harassment. Another goal of ours with these videos is to differentiate between manager myths and facts. Sometimes people may think that when an employee makes a mistake that the manager will be ruthless and unwilling to work with them. In our videos, however, we want to show that the manager is constantly trying to work with the troublesome employee in a calm and collected manner, despite his unethical business choices. Finally, we hope that viewers will take away what to do and what not to do in a business environment after watching our videos. We want our videos to have a long-lasting and positive effect on those who view them. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of our presentation. Our videos take place at Metropolis Used Cars, a rundown, junky used car dealership on the outskirts of Ybor, Florida. The general manager of this dealership is super manager and has been receiving numerous amounts of complaints about a troublesome employee named Stewie. In each episode, Stewie will be caught up in an unethical dilemma and super manager will be dealing with his actions. Later in this presentation, we will discuss the episodes to see how Stewie's actions and super manager's reactions tie into lessons we learn in management, so stay tuned. Meet Super Manager. Super Manager is a fair, confident, calm, detail-oriented, organized, motivated, and an understanding man who is a great listener and skilled communicator. At the used car dealership, this is a necessity because he will be dealing with an extremely troublesome employee and will need to utilize these skills to turn around the reputation of his company and his customers. Two more characters in our video series are Stewie and Daphne. Stewie is sneaky, rude, lazy, and a dishonest employee who has a bad attitude and cuts corners at the car dealership. In case you couldn't tell from his description, this will be the employee who will be giving Super Manager a test of his managerial skills. And then we meet Daphne. Daphne is the social butterfly of the company, the perfect quality for a secretary. She's very pretty, the life of the party, and extremely friendly and welcoming. But in the videos, we will see if this helps the company or gets her into a potentially dangerous situation. Finally, we have Jim and Squidward, who are both employees of the dealership as well. Jim, although a jokester and kind of loud, is a hard worker and extremely honest. He will go to Super Manager when things aren't right with other employees within the dealership and the customers. He keeps things in check that maybe sneak past Super Manager's eyes. Squidward is similar to Jim in that he also keeps an eye out for the company when Super Manager may be too busy. Squidward is quiet, though, which may hurt his sales, but still is very intelligent, diligent, and polite. Our target audience is geared towards those working between the ages of 18 and 35 in an office environment. Even though our skit is very specific in terms of location, it is meant to be, in order to be dramatic for the purpose of learning from and understanding the consequences of unethical behavior in the workplace. For example, it is easier to show a used car salesman lying about the mileage on a car than it is to show a lawyer lying about some sort of policy. Our scenario is just more believable because of the stigma associated with used car dealerships. As stated before in the summary, our TV show will consist of 7 short videos, each with a focus on some aspect of management. This managerial lesson will be expressed through our main characters, Super Manager and Stewie, dealing with an unethical dilemma in the workplace. The use of the supporting characters will also be used to be thorough on the negative attitudes and behaviors in the workplace affect others around them. Our video is broken up into 7 episodes. Here in episode 1, We will be discussing managers and their roles in the workplace. For the theme of this episode, we decided to have Supermanager deal with dishonesty in the workplace. In the skit, Stewie tells another dealership salesman, Squidward, that he is going to set back the mileage on a car in order to sell it. Squidward is an honest employee who tells Supermanager about Stewie's dishonesty. But watch the episode for yourself to find out how Supermanager will handle this behavior. In episode 2, we focused on the theme of individual behaviors, values, and attitudes. In this skit, the employees of the used car dealership are gathered around the water cooler just casually talking, and Stewie is being a Debbie Downer. His bad attitude and constant disrespect for the other people's moods and comments are making the work environment a hostile and unfriendly one. It continues until Supermanager steps in and will confront Stewie about his behavior again. Next, in episode 3, we will be tackling organizational change and innovation. We decided to have a policy change happen at the dealership, and Stewie, who is already a hard-headed employee to begin with, did not welcome the policy change with open arms. He argues and complains throughout the whole staff meeting with Supermanager and does not have any respect for other employees in attendance. How will Supermanager handle Stewie's behavior? Watch this episode to find out. In episode 4, however, things around the dealership get very serious. A topic in management that is called Managing Diverse Human Resources, and we decided to use this to theme our skit on sexual harassment. In this episode, Stewie is sexually harassing Daphne while on the clock. Will this be Stewie's last offense? Episodes 5, 6, and 7 are still in the works of filming. However, we have come up with the topics that we feel sequence nicely with our video series. In episode 5, we will be focusing on communication and negotiation. Without giving any spoilers, there are talks around the dealership about hiring a new car salesman. This process is tedious as Supermanager wants to get someone in who will bring new life back into the dealership and can make great sales. However, that someone wants a decent pay as well. Episode 6 is talking about planning and strategic management. Now that there is a new car salesman on the team, Supermanager wants to have them set individual sales quota goals for the quarter and start bringing organization back to the whole group of salesmen. Supermanager will have to demonstrate his leadership skills to motivate the employees and set a good example to have this plan executed correctly. And finally, in episode 7, we will be talking about motivation, leadership, and trust. With the new year right around the corner, Supermanager has come up with sales initiatives to get the salesmen excited about meeting their individual and team goals for sales quota. So far this semester, our group has been on time with the assignments and have received excellent grades. For milestones 1 and 2, we received full credit and even given a comment on how we are being leaders in the class by getting our work done ahead of time. This is a good indication that we will be finishing our TV show and booklet on time and correctly. Also, to add to our checklist, our group has finished milestones 3 and 4. We followed the outlines provided in the syllabus and the examples given to us online, but we are fully prepared to tweak these as the professor supplies us with more information about these assignments when the deadline nears. What we have left to do is fairly simple. We do have to finish filming episodes 5, 6, and 7. This is an extremely easy task since we already have the topics chosen and the scenarios written up, so all we have to do is film. Also, we have our props saved, so we will not have to make new ones. Next, we have to submit milestones 3 and 4, and since our group decided to work ahead, we really just need to double check our work before submitting it, and that will take care of that bullet point. Our final finger puppet management presentation will be the area where we work and focus on the most. Even though we just need to get the editing and special effects perfected and complete the booklet for submission, We as a team feel we have worked very hard since the beginning, so our final product will be spectacular. So thank you for listening to our presentation. We are super excited to show you our final presentation on how to be a manager. So stay tuned.